So we are moving past quadratics for now. So we're going to move into exponents and the product of exponents, quotient, and the power of powers with exponents. But I want to do some review about exponents before we even get started. So today I want to just go over some of these key points on exponents. So when we write in exponents, the exponent is the power. So for example, number 1, 6 times 6. We can rewrite 6 times 6 as 6 to the second power. Because whenever we have a power, it's multiplying that number, or the base. The base here is 6. The exponent is 2. So we're multiplying that number by itself 2 times. If we look at number 2, we can, whenever there's a negative in front of a number, we want to use parentheses. So we would have parentheses -5 to the 1, 2, 3, 4 to the fourth power. So what we're saying is -5 times -5 times -5 times -5. So -5 to the fourth power. Now if you look directly below it, number 4, it has a negative in front of the parentheses. So that negative in the front of the parentheses is just going to stay there. So we're going to always just rewrite that negative, and it's going to be -4 into this 1, 2 to the third power. We're not using parentheses because what we're determining is the number. So the 4s are going to be to the third power, and that negative just kind of comes along with it. So when you have that, it's always going to end up a negative number when the negative is not in the parentheses or not with each number in front of it. 3, we have 27, and I think whenever it's just a number, it's going to be 27, and to write that exponent to the 1. So it's just one number, 27. And then let's look at A times A times A would be A to the 1, 2, third power. A to the third power. And then the last one would be 1/2 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the 6th power. Okay? And we can put that. Sometimes that looks better in parentheses too, just so it doesn't look like a 16 over 2. Okay, so that's just how you write it using exponents. Now, if you look at number 7, it says -12 to the second, and we want to figure out what the base is. So the base of the number is always the solid number. So the base here is going to be 12. And expanded means what we're doing. How many times are we multiplying 12 by itself? And in this case, we're doing it 2 times. So the expanded is going to be 12 times 12. So the expanded means to write it out. Okay, so expanded means to write it out. And we have that negative. So I'm going to just put a -1 in parentheses right there, and we'll work more with the -1, so don't worry too much about that negative right now. The exponent here is the number that's to the power. So here the exponent is 2. And then standard form, that means to go ahead and put it in your calculator. So calculate. So in this case, what is 12 times 12? And 12 times 12 is 144. And since we have that -1, it's going to be a -144. Okay, I'll do one more with you, and then I want you to try number 9 on your own. So here the base The base is the number in the parentheses, so the base here is 1/2. In expanded form, we have the 3, so we're saying 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. 3 times. Okay, then we move on to the exponent. The exponent here is 3. So we're going to put 3. And then when we calculate 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2, we get 1/8. Again, when we multiply fractions, just in case, we multiply the top, and then we multiply the bottom. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, and that's how we do that. So I'm going to let you try number 9 for that, and this is, you'll turn this in with number 9 completed. So I'm going to do 2 of number expanded form. Expanded form, if you look up above, it meant that we write it out. So for number 10, 8 to the 4th. So expanded form just means 8 times 8 times 8 times 8. So 8 4 times, whatever the exponent is. Here's another one with a negative. So we're going to say -1. We're going to put that into parentheses. And then it's going to be 3 times 3 because of that, because of the 2. Okay, I'm going to let you figure out 12, 13, 14, and 15. Squared is always going to mean to the 2nd power, and cubed is always to the 3rd power. So then the next part says to write it in standard form. And again, standard form means you just calculate. So you're going to put this in your calculator. So 8 to the 1, that just means 8 by itself, because we're not multiplying it by anything else. It's just 8 one time. If we have negative, what this is saying is -1 again, and then 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So when you put all that in your calculator, you get 16. So the answer here is -16 because you have to multiply it by that -1. Again, squared is 2 to the 2nd power, and cubed is to the 3rd power. That should help you with number 18 and 20. So go ahead and try 18 through 23 on that one. And this one, you're just putting it in your calculator. If you want to put it in your calculator just as it's written, make sure you have parentheses around it if it has parentheses. So parentheses, -2, parentheses to the 4th, and that will give you the answer there. If there is not parentheses, so like this one, when you put this in your calculator, you don't need parentheses. You can just put -2 in that little caret mark on your calculator to the 4th, and that should give you -16. Okay, now this one says to express each in standard form, then compare using greater than, less than, or equal to. So you're just going to go through and calculate each one. So 3 to the 2nd is 9, and 2 to the 3rd is 8. Which one is bigger? 3 to the 2nd. So 9 is greater than 8. Over here we have 7 to the 3rd. So 7 times 7 times 7. And if you can look there, we have 7 times 7 times 7. So this is going to be equal to. Or you can put that in your calculator to figure that out. Again, for number 27, make sure when you put this in your calculator, you're using parentheses. Parentheses -3 with that little caret and a 2. Okay, now -2 to the 4th on the other side, you don't need parentheses because there's no parentheses written. Okay, so go ahead and finish 26, 27, 28, and 29 for that one. And then this one just says circle the correct answer. So number 30, 48 in exponential notation. So 48 just is 48 times itself in exponential notation. So 48 to the first is going to be our answer. This one, number 31, says the base is 4. The exponent is 5. Well, which one of these has a base of 4 and an exponent of 5? Remember, the base is the big number and the exponent is the little number. So this one here would be a base of 4 with an exponent of 5. Go ahead and do 32 and 33, and then you can turn this in. Okay, again, this is all review. So we're going to start multiplying exponents, dividing exponents, and power to power of exponents. Let me know if you have any questions.